come on, this book screams for like the fall, cozy, like spooky vibes. This is actually the Waterstones edition. It's beautiful and I love it. To say, oh, this looks like a Gossip Girl like cover. Rule number 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. That's why I need to read summaries of books. Hello book friends, or shall I say hello cozy book friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylin and I hope you guys are doing so lovely. Today's video is going to be my fall TBR, which I'm very excited to film. The video is going to be all about the books I hope to read this fall season. Now in my head, fall runs from September all the way up until Thanksgiving. Realistically, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. Christmas starts in November for me, so like November 1st I'm already on the Christmas vibes, but these are books I'm going to read up until Thanksgiving, and then we're switching to all the Christmas vibes. So, if you guys want to see what I want to read this fall, stay tuned, keep on watching, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel. I would really appreciate it, and let's get right into the video. Okay, I have 13 books that are on my fall TBR. It may be 14, but we're just going to say 13 for now, and then we'll do a count at the end. I have some physically with me, and then some are actually not with me yet. I have yet to go get them, but I'm planning on going and getting them. So the first book I actually want to talk about is The Witchhaven by Sasha Payton Smith. This book I know a lot of people talked about. Was it last year? A lot of people talked about this book, and I mean, come on, this book screams for like the fall, cozy, like spooky vibes. Okay, so we follow 17-year-old seamstress Frances, and she has been mourning her brother who mysteriously died months prior, when all of a sudden everything changes and she's attacked by this man, and the man ends up dead at her feet, and she's holding the weapon and she's not really sure how it happened. And before she can do anything, this nurse shows up who says she is ill and she needs to go to this like sanitarium, but it ends up being a school for witches, and that's really all I know about this book, and that's all I want to know about this book. But yeah, I'm just very excited to dive into this book. I have my laptop here because the next book actually isn't out yet, but I'll put a picture up on the screen, and the next book is actually the sequel to The Witchhaven, and that is The Witch Hunt. I'm not going to tell you guys what this book is about because I really don't know what this book is about. I don't want to know what this book is about, seeing as it's a second book in a series, but that is the next book I'm anticipating. It comes out October 11th, so I'm very excited for that. Book number 3 is actually Book of Night by Holly Black. I have been saving this book to read it for this time of year. Now, I've seen a lot of mixed opinions about this book. I've heard people say go into this book with no expectation, so that's what I'm planning on doing. It's Holly Black's first adult fantasy, I believe. Yes, it is. This is actually the Waterstones edition. It's beautiful and I love it. I am actually not really sure about like what this book is about. I know we follow Charlie and she's a boyfriend, and Charlie has shadow magic, and that's really all I know about this book. I don't really want to read any more of what it's about because, I don't want to go in with any expectations. I kind of want to be surprised. I'll read the little blurb for you guys. It says, Charlie Hall has never found a lock she couldn't pick, a book she couldn't steal, or a bad decision she wouldn't make. And it says, even your shadow can be stolen. So, yeah. We'll see how this one goes. I'm very nervous, but yeah. Next book is actually a reread for me, and that is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read this book last year. Absolutely love this. I think I finished this book in one sitting, if I remember correctly. I just could not put this book down, and I really want to read the rest of this series now that it's officially out. So I'm going to put this on my fall TBR because I want to read it, and I think this book just like screams fall. I mean, look at the cover. To me, like this cover, if I knew what this book, like nothing about this book, I would say, oh, this looks like a Gossip Girl like cover. Basically, from what I remember, is we follow Avery, who is just trying to survive high school. She doesn't really have the best of luck, and her luck changes when a billionaire dies and grants her his fortune. But to get that fortune, she has to move in and like solve a riddle, from what I remember, and it's so good. Oh my god. It's fantastic. It's so good, and I want to reread it to not only see if I was right that this book is so good, but to like carry on the series. So this is book 4, and I kind of want to put the next 2 books on my fall TBR, but I think that's too ambitious, so I'll save those for winter. But yeah, book 4, very excited. The next book I want to talk about is actually an ARC I received, and that is How to Survive Your Murder by Danielle Valentine. I mean, this is a perfect book to read around Halloween. Like, look at the cover. So I'm not too sure what this book is about, so I'm going to read them back because I am awful at summaries. So it says, rule number 1, never go into the corn maze alone. 1 year ago, Claire Lawrence, an all-American, beautiful, bubbly theater star, was murdered in a corn maze, and in the years since Claire's death, her sister Alice's life has completely fallen apart. Rule number 2, nothing good happens on Halloween. On the first day of the murder trial, as Alice prepares to give her testimony, she is knocked out in the courthouse bathroom, only to wake up on Halloween morning a year earlier, the same day Claire was murdered. Rule number 3, never be distracted by a hot bad boy. Alice thinks she knows exactly what happened that night, but when she runs into Wesley James Hanson III, her old crush, she realizes that the story is a lot more complicated than she ever knew. Rule number 4, stay alive this time. It's up to Alice to figure out who to trust and find the real killer before he claims another victim, and she only has until midnight to do so. Okay, I don't know about you, but that just got me so excited to read this book. Yeah, this is definitely going on my October TBR. I'm reading this next month. I need to read this book next month. This is a YA book, YA thriller mystery, from what I gather, and this book is actually already out, so go check this book out. Okay, book number 5 is Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Allison. So this is a middle grade. I've never really read a middle grade before. That's a lie. I read a middle grade like back when I was in that age, but I haven't read one as an adult. And this one, I've heard fantastic things about this one. I know this one is a lot of people's favorite. I have been meaning to read this book since it came out, and I don't know why it's taken me this long to read it, but like, I'm gonna read it this fall. I'm going to read the summary because I am just giving up on telling you guys what it's about, because unless I've read it or I really know the book, I completely suck at giving summaries. So, Amari Peters has never stopped believing her missing brother Quentin is alive. Not even when the police told her otherwise, or when she got in trouble for standing up to the bullies who said he was gone for good. When she finds a ticking briefcase in his closet containing a nomination for a summer tryout at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, she's certain the secretive organization holds the key to locating Quentin. If she could only wrap her head around the idea of musicians, fairies, aliens, and other supernatural creatures all being real. Now she must compete for a spot against kids who have known about the magic their whole lives. No matter how hard she tries, Amari can't seem to escape their intense scrutiny and doubt, especially once her own supernatural enhances talent is deemed illegal. Ooh! With an evil musician threatening the supernatural world, and her classmates thinking she's an enemy, Amari has never felt more alone. But if she doesn't stick it out and pass the tryouts, she may never find out what happened to Quentin. Now, to me, that sounds very good and has just gotten me even more excited to read this book. I'm hoping for all the cozy, fantastical vibes with this book, and I am very excited. Next 2 that I'm going to talk about is actually a duology, and it's a duology I've been putting off and putting off and putting off, but I think it's finally time, and that is These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends. I mean, this cover, the colors to me just scream fall, and that's mainly why I picked them. But also with me is fantasy series I tend to read more in the fall and winter time. So I'm gonna get back into my fantasy era. No, it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I believe this is set in Shanghai, yes, in the year 1926. Basically you have the 2 feuds between the gangs, and you have Juliet, who is a former flapper girl, and then you have the rivals, which is the White Flowers, and then you have Romo Magatoff, who was Juliet's first love, and he betrayed her. And then it seems like they must work together, put aside their personal grudges, and I've heard this is enemies to lovers, back to enemies, back to lovers, kind of just like whoop whoop, and I've heard it's very good. So very excited to read these 2. I'm hoping to read these within the next month. We shall see. Of course, you guys will know. I'm thinking of doing like a special vlog where I read these 2. Should I do a special vlog? I think I'm going to do a vlog featuring these 2. Great idea, Kaylin. I just came up with a video idea. And you guys were here with me. So, okay. The next book I want to read is actually the sequel to Kingdom of the Wicked, and this is Kingdom of the Curse. Point blank, the reason why I haven't read this one yet is because this one is a Waterstone special edition, and I didn't want to tab this one, but I'm like, Caitlin, this is your book, you paid money for it, tab away. I'm not going to tell you guys what this book is about because, again, it is the sequel to Kingdom of the Wicked. I'm sure we all know what Kingdom of the Wicked is. This book right here, I'm sure everyone and their mother has read this book. I really enjoyed this book, and I've heard not so great things about this one. I've heard nothing really happens. They're just running around in circles. So I'm kind of scared, but like I'm kind of excited to get on with this series, and I'm hoping I like it. The next book I want to talk about is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Yes, I have yet to read this series. I know. I don't know why I have yet to read this series. I can't give you guys an answer. Other than I think I just keep putting it off until like October, and then October rolls around and there's so many books I want to read that I just like don't read this one. But I really want to read this one this year. I've been itching for it, especially because I know her new series is out, and I kind of want to read her new series. I think it's set in the same world as Caraval, so I want to read Caraval before I read her new series. So I'm going to read the summary. I'm sure you guys all know what this book is about, but for you guys who don't, and like me, we're going to go into it. Scarlet Dragna has never left the tiny island where she and her sister Telia live with their powerful and cruel father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams are seeing Caraval, the faraway once-a-year performance where the audience participates in the show, are over. But this year Scarlet's long-dreamt of invitation finally arrives with the help of a mysterious sailor. Tella whisks Scarlet away to the show. Only as soon as they arrive, Tella is kidnapped by Caraval's mastermind organizer, Legend. It turns out that this season's Caraval revolves around Tella. Whoever finds her first is the winner. Oh, wow. Scarlet has been told that everything that happens during Caraval is only an elaborate performance, but she nevertheless becomes immersed in the game of love, heartbreak, and magic with the other players in the game. Whether Caraval is real or not, she must find Tella before the 5 nights of the game are over. A dangerous domino effect of consequences is set off, and her sister disappears forever. Welcome to Caraval. Beware of getting swept away too far. Oh, yes. I'm so excited. This is why I need to read summaries of books, because I am so bad at reading summaries of books. Sometimes I buy them because the cover, I will admit, I'm a cover buyer. I buy them because I've heard talk about them, but I never actually read summaries, and I don't know why I do that. I think because I don't want to spoil myself of anything, but like, that just got me really excited, and I kind of want to drop my TBR and read this one. The next book I want to talk about is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstein. I know Chloe from Books with Chloe absolutely loved this book. She read this one recently. She raves about this book, and I need to read it. I've heard a lot of people really, really like this book. And it's a carnival, and I don't know why carnivals I associate with the fall, because I think they come around in summer. I don't know. I think it's just like the whimsical, magical, mysterious thing is more like an October thing, so that's why like I associate it with fall. Let's read the summary to find out what this book is about. The circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience full of heartbreaking amazements. It's called Le Circus des Rêves. Ooh, I butchered that. I know I did. And it is open only at one night. But behind the scenes, a fierce competition is underway, a duel between 2 young musicians, Celia and Marco, who have been trained since childhood expressly for this purpose by their moralical instructors. Unbest noticed, this is a game in which only one can be left standing. Amidst the high stakes, Celia and Marco soon tumble headfirst into love, setting off a domino effect of dangerous consequences in leaving the lives of everyone from the performers to the patrons hanging in the balance. Okay. Now, the next book I had to throw in here because it's a thriller. I love thrillers. If you guys watch my weekly vlogs, you know I really, really like thrillers. And this is Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. I've never read a Karen Slaughter before. And I'm very excited because I've heard she's very good if you like thrillers. And she has a lot of books out there. I'm not too sure what this one is about. I know it's a Netflix series. With my thrillers, I do not read summaries because I feel like it would give something away. It says, Mother, Hero, Liar, Killer. How can you tell when How can you tell when all you have is pieces of her? Ooh, okay. Yeah, if you guys want to know what this book is about, go to my description down below. I will have all the books I talked about there. Click on the link and you'll see the summary. But I have a couple more books I want to talk about, and unfortunately I don't have them physically, so I'm just gonna put them up on screen. The next book I want to read is actually one of my most anticipated releases this year. We've all been anticipating, everyone's talking about it, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Listen, this book, from what I've seen the reviews, sound absolutely incredible. I mean, the cover is gorgeous. I read The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang, absolutely loved that book. I haven't carried on with the rest of the series, mainly because I couldn't find hardcovers to match my copy of The Poppy War, but I do want to carry on with that series. I think I kind of want to do a vlog on it, so if you guys want to see that, let me know. But yes, I believe Babel is like dark academia. I'm not really too sure what Babel's about. I just know everyone has been talking about this book and has said how incredible this book is. So the next book is The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced that. What I know about this book is we follow Micah, who is an orphan. She lost her parents very young. She was raised by strangers, and she's also a witch, but she has to hide her powers. She keeps her head down, but she also makes online videos as if she's a witch, like pretending to be a witch, but no one knows like she's really a witch. And then someone sends her an unexpected message to travel to like this remote, mysterious location to help young witches control their magics. And I believe there's a male there, a handsome male named Jamie, from what I've seen, and it's a love story, I bet. So this just sounds great. You have the witches, and then you have like a love story. It sounds very like cozy. This is a perfect book to kind of throw into your TBR because it seems like it's going to be like whimsical and funny and romantic and like a very lighthearted, easy read. So really excited about that. And this comes out, oh, this is actually already out. I just have yet to get it. This came out August 23rd. The next book is another witchy book, and that is Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. First off, the cover, you guys are seeing the cover, looks amazing. So basically we follow Emerson, who lives in this little quaint town. She owns a bookstore, she has the best of friends, and then one day she's attacked and discovers she actually has powers. But not only does she have powers, her friends have powers too. They're all witches. She lives in a witchy town and she had no idea. And basically this creature, the evilness, is threatening her town and she's doing stuff to save it. So this, to me, in my mind, this is like if Gilmore Girls were witches. This is what this book reminds me of, and I'm here for it. I'm very excited, and this book comes out, I believe this book comes out very soon. This book is already out. I am totally failing with this. But okay, you guys, that is it for my fall TBR. Those are all the books I hope to read this coming fall, cozy season, spooky season, whatever you want to call it. It's my fall TBR. If you guys have any fall TBR, if you guys have any books that are on your fall TBR that I haven't mentioned, please leave them down below because I am always looking for cozy fall reads. Also like spooky fall reads. I would love to know what you guys are reading. So again, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. I would really love it. If you guys are interested in any of the books I have mentioned, I will have them all linked down below for you guys to check out. And also while you're down there, make sure you follow me on my social medias. They're also linked in the description. And I will catch you guys in my next video.